All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today, leading up to the last episode for now for The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 15. In this one, we'll start by giving our thoughts on who is the princess. Alright, and if you guys missed it, we made several videos last night. We did a predictions video for episode 15 and what we think we'll see for what's now sort of the season finale until we see the actual episode 16 finale. We did the live stream, which was an hour and a half, which was lots of fun. It was about half Walking Dead video and half a New World Order conspiracy video, which is fun because the storyline we're getting into now for the Walking Dead television series is the New World Order storyline. So there's some, some fun stuff. We can talk about the different conspiracy stuff at the same time. And then the review. So at the end of episode 14, we see the first appearance of the princess, Juanita Sanchez. So I thought it'd be a good topic for this video to start things off, giving our thoughts on the comic version and what we can kind of expect to see from her in the TV series. So here she is on this trade volume. This is Lines We Cross, volume 29. She's got the spear and she's got the crazy goggles, which we see in the opening minutes of episode 15, which have been shown now. And she's got the pink furry, whatever that is, coat, which is kind of fun. So, okay, so a character like the princess. So I've seen a lot of your guys' comments already in the live streams and whatnot. She's a little crazy. She's a little zany. She's been by herself for a very long time. I'm not sure if they ever said in the comics exactly how long she's been alone for. In the comic books, she is the Princess of Pittsburgh, but someone did point out in the television series that might be West Virginia and not actually Pittsburgh. So it's possible in the TV series version she might be in a different city. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody can leave a comment below on that skyline and whether or not that's West Virginia or that's actually still Pittsburgh. But in the comics, she was the Princess of Pittsburgh. So they're basically going through in the comic version in a lot of the same way to meet Stephanie for Eugene, and they run into this crazy girl who's alone and everything, and has just kind of slowly, maybe but surely, sort of gone mad as time goes by. So this is what it looked like in the comic book in her first appearance. You have them on horseback here, and Michonne's with them in this one, which kind of makes me sad because with the TV series she's gone. And in the comic book series version, she says "sup," so that's what she says. Oh my God, hi! I kind of like the TV series version better so far. But it's just kind of funny to see such a zany, crazy character. Some people have said that she feels like she belongs more in Z Nation than The Walking Dead, something like that. Here's the part from the opening minutes where she blasts away a whole bunch of zombies, and then the horses go running in the TV series version. So we'll see for that. But basically, she's a crazy little Spitfire type of girl. Here's her with her mad laughing. She's saying ha ha ha. A bunch of people have pointed out that she's pretty annoying in the comic series, and she can be somewhat annoying because she's so crazy and she just talks so much. She's got a lot to say. So here she is with her spear here and says she's all ready to go on their journey with her. So she's basically going to join, if they go the same route as the comic book series, she'll pretty much join the group and kind of go with them and then go back with them afterwards, which is kind of fun. But I guess her and Ezekiel in the TV series, for me, it's kind of interesting because Ezekiel has some similarities with her because he's very light and he's very he's positive and he's laughing at the different walkers she has designed around them in her first appearance in the television series here. So I would look for the two of them to probably get along pretty well. But from the comic version, so that's her name, Juanita Sanchez, more commonly known as Princess or Princess of Pittsburgh. And she's a main character, first encountered issue 171 of the Walking Dead comics, which means she was only in about, 23 issues of The Walking Dead? So near the end. So we're actually getting kind of close. If this is issue 171 now, it's about 20 issues left. So that's about like a year or two, something like that, and then the comic book content will basically be pretty much used up or close to the end there. She is a somewhat silly and good-natured lone survivor living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She is a resident of the Alexandria Safe Zone after being brought back to the community by Eugene's group. Several years after, and then it gets into some stuff later on for Rick and that. Juanita and Mercer, so Mercer is a general that she meets from the Commonwealth, and they kind of, in the comic series version, they kind of fall in love together. Ethnicity, Mexican-American, if you couldn't tell already from the TV series, and kind of a fun character. So I think that's most of what you can kind of expect to see with her. She's probably going to annoy some people. She's probably going to be loud and kind of obnoxious, kind of crazy. But, I mean, with the Walking Dead TV series, a lot of times it can be pretty down. You see Beta and stuff, and he's all, it's kind of got a lot of downers. So I think it's okay to have a few characters here and there, like Ezekiel, who are really positive and light, and maybe in her case, maybe a little bit annoying, but upbeat and positive and light and excited and having a lot of energy. So it's going to be different to see what the TV series version is like for her. I mostly liked Shiva in the TV series version, which is, Ezekiel's tiger. Even though some people brought up, like, hey, maybe that's not the most realistic thing. Maybe it feels like a little bit for the princess that maybe she's not that realistic. But, at the same time, though, maybe she is. Maybe the minigun is not, it's not that realistic. But you would have people who are alone, and you would have some of them that are just by themselves for so many years. As soon as they meet somebody, they just want to spill their guts. They just want to talk to them, tell them everything, right? Like blah, 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 motor mouth, just tell them absolutely everything because they're by themselves. And so it's just like, oh, people, oh my God, I can't, are you real? Probably doesn't even, probably for a bit here, she probably won't even realize they're actually real. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on the princess from the comics. I'm looking forward to see her in the TV series as a different kind of character and as somebody that can be fun, positive, and light to make a nice contrast to kind of all the dark, serious horror type of stuff that The Walking Dead contains. And so we'll go through some of your guys' Q&A questions for today, but just a few because we did quite a few last night. And definitely check out the live stream if you want to go through more, because we went through tons of stuff there. But Harry Solomon says, how are the ratings doing during this half? So since everything's been going on in the world with TS19, how have the ratings been doing? Which I just mentioned it in the live stream, but basically to go into it a little bit more, they're actually doing really good. The ratings are up actually ever since this has been going on. So I guess maybe people, they want to watch Walking Dead because they just want to get their mind off of what's going on in the world. Michonne's last episode was 3.66 million US viewers. Walk With Us was 3.5 or 3.49, and then before that it was at 2.9, 3.16, and then around 3 for the first half. So it actually did go back up with these last few episodes, which have been really good. And Alpha's, getting to see Negan and Alpha, and then getting to see Michonne's last episode actually did. People were interested to watch it. Now I don't know if that would be considered as successful for AMC as usual, because I don't know for their vendors and whatnot if that would be kind of the typical thing that they would usually have. Maybe advertisements selling at a lower rate than usual, I would think, or that type of thing. So, but happy to see more people are watching Walking Dead. That's always a good thing, I think, for fans. And, I hope this whole thing that's happening in real life doesn't put a negative taste in people's mouths with regards to apocalyptic type series where they might not want to watch it after whatever we are to go through and however long this lasts in real life. Peter Francis says, Trev, did you like Beta singing Emily Kinney's song on the show again? So thank you, Peter, for letting me know about that. I had no idea that was an Emily Kinney song. I'm happy for her that she's it sounds like she's making the most out of her singing career, and that's great. I wasn't a huge fan, if you guys remember, of her singing in the TV series. But hey, you know what? I recognize not everything. I'm not the target audience for everything. There certainly are lots of girls that love her stuff. Probably guys too. Probably guys that are into that music. They're into that thing, and so that's great. And I had no idea that the song that Ryan Hurst or Beta was singing was actually one of her original songs. But I think that's kind of cool, kind of a neat Easter egg, and good for her. And I'm happy they're using some of her stuff. I did bring up the idea they should do a Quarantine with the Dead, type of show or something that they can maybe put together during all this craziness in real life, since we're going to be on Walking Dead hiatus for now. But I think it'd also be a good idea. It'd be another cool series would be if they could do, because they do Ride with Norman Reedus, they should do a Catching Up with the Dead. That's another good idea, where you catch up with some, like a reality show. You see how the lives have been for people that were on The Walking Dead and then were killed off at a certain point, because there's so many of them now. I mean, think about all the different characters that have been killed off, like Emily Kinney's Beth, or Tara, or Henry, or Chandler, or anybody else they could definitely do a pilot 6-episode series or something eventually when this whole thing clears and whatnot. That'd be a good idea for something, catching up with the dead, and then you do like a show, a little run show of showing us what the former cast members of The Walking Dead lives are like after their time on Walking Dead, what they've been up to, and if one person doesn't want to do it, you just do it with someone else. Maybe you do 2 or 3 an episode, and they get 5 or 10 minutes each to show people what they've been up to or whatever. I think people would like that. Maybe you start off with Chandler. That'd be a good one to do. You kick it off with Carl for your premiere, something like that. Carl and Emily, Chandler and Emily, or Carl and Beth. You start things off with that or something. I don't know, something like that. That could be a cool idea for something as well too. I should send it to AMC. The next one's from Eric Repine, who says the princess reminds me of Harley Quinn. So she's a little bit like Harley Quinn. She's a little scatterbrained, right? She's a little frazzled, a little crazy. So I'm looking forward to see that. Should be some fun. Sunbro's the one who said, felt like I was watching Z Nation after getting the princess scene. Yeah, it's true, right? Mailman zombies and whatnot. Stephen Thomas says, Q&A Trev, if that is Virginia's group at the end of the last episode, so the episode with Michonne's last episode, and with World Beyond only being a 2-season event, well, could this be a sign of them wrapping up all the shows together and ending? Maybe, Steve. They did say that Walking Dead is going to go for as long as people want it, basically, so they'll find ways to keep some of the Walking Dead series going. But the whole thing that's happening now in real life and everything, I mean, they said 3 movies, but it's like now how much it feels like the movies are doomed. It's like, oh, we want to see these movies. We've already been waiting a while. Now, who knows how long we're going to have to wait. It might be 2022, 2023 until we see the first movie. It's like, that's crazy, man. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's like, crazy, man. So, damn it. I hope it's not, well, I mean, I hope it's not too long until we see the first one, but, I mean, who knows. But for the end of Walking Dead, well, again, I think a lot of this is going to be determined by, are people still going to want to watch, something like this, zombie apocalypse type show, due to what's going on in real life? Maybe even more people will want to watch it because they can kind of relate to it, or they kind of feel like it because after what they went through or something. So maybe it will pump Walking Dead. It seems so far like it's not hurting Walking Dead. So maybe in the future it'll pump Walking Dead even more, and people will miss it, and then it'll come back. And that's one thing about life is you can't miss something until it's gone, right? You can, your imagination's, it's not good. You'll never miss me if I never leave. You have to be gone for a bit for people to actually miss you, and then they'll want you back. Like how bad everyone wants Rick back, right? So you have to be gone for a bit, with Walking Dead, and then when it comes back, maybe it'll actually, a lot of people will be even more into it because it took a break or something. D, the Great 504 said, everybody's at home. I would think now is the perfect time to air the finale episode. Showrunner, I think Krang did touch on it. I think she said it just wasn't finished yet, and they couldn't finish it remotely. That's basically what happened. They couldn't finish the last little details because maybe the final episode is like a pretty big episode, and there's a lot of maybe special effects and stuff in it. So maybe they just couldn't wrap that up. Video idea, Trev. My Romel says, how would The Walking Dead be different, especially season 3, if Michonne did not save Andrea? So, wouldn't that mean Michonne wouldn't have brought the baby formula to the prison and then go into the stuff? Well, we got to kind of see it, right, in Michonne's last episode. But maybe we could do some what if videos or something. Like, what if Shane killed Rick? I think that one could be kind of cool. And then we could go through the timeline and see how Shane would have dealt with situations. So not a bad idea, Mira. I'll write it down and maybe we'll do that. Looks like we're going to have lots of time to do different videos on different stuff because it might be a while till Walking Dead comes back and till we see something. So yeah, we'll try to keep busy and try to do different stuff during the this time. And last one will be from Staremind04, who says, if Angela Kang can have back-to-back great seasons after inheriting the dumpster fire of a show that Gimple left behind, then there's hope that Angela can make Princess a noteworthy character. Well, I like so far. I think so far she's fun, and I think she can. I think they can do a good job with it, and so far, I mean, maybe it's not so bad to have a character around who's a little crazy and a little zany and stuff. You probably would have some of them given I think, like, we can all relate already to it. Like we've been in quarantine now for, a few weeks? what, like 3 weeks most of us have been on shutdown for. Imagine being on shutdown for 10 years and having no one around. You would go crazy, right? So that's my sort of spotlight video on the princess, giving our thoughts. Leave your comments below. How do you guys feel about Princess so far? How you guys doing? Check out the live stream from last night, and I'll see you guys soon, probably tomorrow for the new pictures for episode 15 or the day after. Thumb it up below, share, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again soon. It's Trev saying peace later, guys. See you soon.